thanks for joining me for another in our series of agent masterminds. And we're talking about kvCore and really hacking into some shortcuts, tips, and highlights as you set up, or as I'm having to do, reset up my kvCore because I paid somebody else to do it. Big mistake. It's really not hard. I just didn't know where to start and felt overwhelmed. So that's part of what we're going to do. We're going to hack into how to really zoom right into what you need to know and give you some highlights of some customizations that personally I've been working on this week. And so I'm going to share with you. All right, so I'm doing a screen share. Here we go. And so I want to show you, not this, but this is your dashboard. And I shared this with you, but this is gold right here, this Agent Quick Start. I'm so embarrassed, like why I didn't understand that that's the place to start. I've been a year with eXp and finally took the course, and oh my goodness, it really gives a healthy overview of database design as well as the concepts, and really empowers you as you set it up, because the database design, this is not just a website, it's database design. And I feel like I can't see it. Okay, so I know, but it's not, what really starts out with databases really on a whiteboard. And I'm going to age myself, going back to the 90s. I actually learned on DOS computers, and when we started using Windows, spreadsheets were new. And ironically, we've gone so far with technology that we've almost gone back in time. A lot of younger people I'm working with really don't understand the purpose of a database, and so I lived through the evolution of that and worked with various different databases. So I want to give you a little philosophy first for context. And now, back in the day, we had pieces of paper, like it'd have Susanna Kunkel, all my information on one sheet of paper, and paper files. I know a few of you probably have heard of that, but it's not part of your reality. Fast forward, unfortunately, some people view database almost like that, like it's a list of names, kind of like a one-dimensional list of names, and it's digital. Okay, it can be that. But when databases were designed and they first rolled out, it was really revolutionary. We had spreadsheets. Some of the people I talked to really don't use spreadsheets or Google Sheets, so you don't know, like when you're tracking information and you have contacts and you want a lot of information about those contacts, where you met them, what association they're with, whether it's neighborhood association, realtor association, all kinds of columns of data. However, in a spreadsheet, when you start manipulating that data, quite often it got mixed up. Like I'd have somebody else's, address with my name. That's what used to happen with spreadsheets back in the day. So database creates a unique identity for each contact. And think of it like, I'm going to go scientific on you, like a cell. You have the nucleus, which is unique, and then you have all these particles circling around, so with the database, the name, the contact is the nucleus, but then there's all these other particles that can be circling around. And when you design your database well, then you can work it in that multidimensional way, not just a straight through, birthday card, mailing, calendar. A lot of the 33 touch type programs are designed that way. Like, yeah, you have a list of names and you send this, or you send this, or you send this. Now, kvCore uses hashtags, but every database has some kind of way of tagging. You have two things, buckets and tags. Buckets is where they are in your sales process. They start out a prospect in the cloud and in the sales funnel that you see traditionally, and then you move through the funnel. People call them D contact, C, B, A, and then it's a closed deal. Or it could be labeled different things. In kvCore, you have Sphere, which is someone you've never done business with. It might be someone or for me, I also include people who've registered on my site, but aren't buying or selling, but they're still real people. It's still a real email. So I keep them in my sphere. They're in my sphere. And then it turns into a prospect once they engage with you. You know, they're a prospect, meaning they're not qualified. I really don't know what's going on. It could be a lead, but I'm not sure. And then you have new lead, which is, it's a lead, but it's new. You haven't really worked with them. And the next stage is active lead, you know, and then you have, I think, pending and closed. So as we get further into this process, as you work smartly with the way that kvCore is designed, or if you're not using kvCore, hope you are, or hope you will, really any database has some version of this. However, kvCore is really smart. So the hashtags, you know, those are the buckets, like the stage and the cycle. The hashtags allow you to do this, because like you can tag them for a location or for type of property, or for maybe they have dogs, or in whatever you think might be relevant. The key is to do it consistently. Okay, so you might have a small database right now, it might be 10 people, 100 people, but be smart about your design and think about having like 10,000 people in your database, because then you want to be able to really quickly, like for instance, here's where the value is, and I'll show you a real life example. You want to be able to, like, say you see a hot new listing and it's a mid-century and it's in the suburbs, you know, and you know it's going to go fast. So you know some of the people that registered on your site that are buyers, they want a mid-century house. So if you have that hashtag, you can very quickly pull all those up, write a very personal email with a link to the listing or a picture of the listing or whatever is relevant, and send it out. And they think that you're thinking of them personally that day, not knowing that that went to maybe 500 people or 150 people with a very personal note. The same, you know, we try to do our property alerts to make them personal and relevant to what they have in mind for real estate. You know, so the hashtags allow you to be very fluid in how you communicate with people. I think of working your pipeline as a multi-dimensional experience. You want your prospects who are becoming clients to have a great experience. You think about it like you're doing an event or anything. You're bringing them into your house, your funnel, and you want them to have a really enjoyable, meaningful experience as they continue to be touched by you moving towards the closing. Those hashtags allow for that. And I'm not going to try to technically break it down right here, but when we get into the landing pages and the squeeze pages and the handwritten cards and the direct mail, you can tie the hashtags into the artificial intelligence in kvCore, so they will automatically trigger a specific campaign, a specific program, which could include handwritten cards, could include a text, scheduling a call. You can customize and create trade. So basically, you can capture leads and work the leads while you're sleeping. Okay, that's about leverage or vacationing, what have you. So I'm going to show you a couple things. That's really the concept. I really want to help you think multidimensionally about working your leads, about creating your lead funnel, about how you design your database. So, you know, I made the mistake of hiring a VA. I got all my contacts in there, but they're not tagged smart. And I'm having to go redo a lot of things in my database. So do it the right way, not the Kunkel way, the way I did it, learn from my mistakes. And so let's take a look at a couple of things that I have tweaked and made available for you. So I don't know if you like video, but I took when you set up your profiles, you go through that training class, it can trigger a couple things for you to do. I decided to turn off that little circle head up here. I wanted to make this more, I had a video in here, but I was told by someone in my, who's not a realtor, it's like, you should have something of yourself. So I hacked an old marketing video, a professional profile video that I had done about 4 years ago, down to an 8-second clip. and put that in there. I also created custom photos for my featured areas. I know on John's website, he has them 3 across. I haven't learned how to do that. You can have up to 9, but because I can only do 2 across for some reason, I only put 6 here. So that is more that's the next step for me. I have to figure out how to do that. And then as you change your profile, it will change it here on the first page, as well as in your About You. Something to be careful of as I tweak this is how it shows on the mobile phone. So when I pull it up on my phone, you really only see about this much of the photo. So I did some tweaking in terms of the dimension, and I shared this on Canva with Dion. So she has it, but I also have this picture. You can link it to my Calendly, so they can click there and immediately book a time with me. So I'll just show you, for instance, when you go up here, I have a lot more of work needed on the site, but my agent profile pulls up that information, that same information. So if you want it to be a little bit more robust, you can edit that as you're working on your website. And even if you don't have your MLS yet, you can start working on some of these things. Like your website manager, I kind of went back and forth, like, how do I get to my profile? And got really frustrated. One of the quick ways here is just to go to my profile. When you're in the website editing, it can be confusing, and then edit profile. And this is where you want to make sure you have your social media links. You may not have your MLS yet. When you do, then you can connect that. And the class shows you how you can edit your profile description, who about you, all of that. So that's the key thing. So I'm going to show you what I'm sharing with you. I did some videos. I don't want to pull. I set up these videos just to give you an idea, and also templates that you can use for your website. I have a few set up here. These are videos that if you want, you can upload and use for your website. Here's another one, front page. This one's more construction oriented. I was thinking of you, Jacob. I don't know. This is a home tour. These are about 10-second. My recommendation from testing and tweaking is actually about 8-10 seconds at the most. These are maybe a little bit long. This one is okay. This is another one focused more on buyers. And I use some templates. That one has my logo on it, so I'd have to change that for you, but it gives you an idea. Sorry, see, here it has my logo. And these are condo buyers, really more focused. I'm thinking about New York, and how that might work with your market. This is another one that's condo buyers, just a different version. Now, too, you guys are good with videos. So these are about 2-second segments put together. You can use some of the stock videos in kvCore, and you can mix it in with your own videos. So if you upload a 2-second video, you don't have to pay for a professional profile like I did. I had a luxury version here. It's not showing. I don't know what happened to it. A new construction. All right, so I had a luxury one. I was thinking about you, Andre. I'll have to tweak that. The way I wanted to show you a couple things in kvCore. These are the featured area photos that I used, and I've shared this with Dion. You can use these or just use the sizing if you want. And then this is the kind of, I played, this is 1050 by 271. So this size works well in the contact profile, because you want it long enough that it fits on that page. However, when you pull it up on your mobile phone, only this about this much of it. So I put my picture on the left. So as you pull it up on the phone, you always want to test things on your phone. And tied into that, when we go into the website management, website contact, I want another little quick tip hack is the photos that are on the main page. Oh gosh, where do I see that? Website manager. Oh, template, I think it's under, go to editor here. They have some stock photos. No, this isn't it. This is, when you get, where are the photos? The front page. Okay, website settings, maybe this is it. Homepage, yes. Okay, so they have these stock photos. One of the things I discovered though, you always want to test things on your mobile phone. When you have it on your phone, really only about this much of the photo shows. And with the video on the phone, what comes up are the photos. So whatever you have set here is what will show on your mobile version. And I found some of these I had selected to be very, very awkward because what showed up on the phone was weird because it just picked up, like this one, I liked it, but it picked up a weird little snippet on the phone. So I've only, I selected on just about 3 and they'll rotate on the mobile phone. So that's another key tip. And there's some other things I'm trying to work out the tweaks on. Tried to upload my logo, it didn't work, but that was the key thing. As you guys are customizing, if you do the video, or even if you don't do a video and you select a photo here, be careful about how it shows up on your mobile phone. And like I picked this one and this is all that showed on the mobile phone was some kind of scraggly trees. It didn't tell the story at all. So yeah, that didn't work. Okay. So those are some of the tips. The other thing is, as you go through setting up your site, there is an option in the marketplace to include schools and lifestyle, which is $15 a month. I immediately implemented it. It gives this ability for your buyers to search or for you to set up searches. Like quite often I'll have people looking on the main line, but they want to be close to transit. They want to be close to a train station. This will rank their search close to transit and give a rating on that, or pedestrian friendly. So you can do that. There's also artificial intelligence involved when your buyers are using this, that it'll start sorting by what their preferences are. Okay, I need to zoom in. So this is something in the suburbs I get a lot, are the school districts. See, they get like a heat map of, different school districts. And you can look at public, you can look at private. Really, I need to play with this more, but it's really powerful. And the lifestyle, maybe we want to be close to restaurants. And also see the schools. So this will give a smarter intelligence to your buyer experience. It's just one example. And then another thing I want to just touch on, because we'll go, is like, I personally have been really, really intimidated by squeeze pages and landing pages. And I used to pay listing to leads $40 a month in order to have a landing page. I paid the guy, I don't want to tell you how much I paid him to help me set up my kvCore. He set up some landing pages and squeeze pages for me here. I'll show you, this is something, once you set these up, you want to save them in an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheet, because you'll reference them once you create a landing page or a squeeze page. They're so incredibly easy to set up. I couldn't believe it. But as an example, I set this one up this week for Rittenhouse Square. If you don't know Philly, it's like our Upper East Side condo buyers, and this is somebody that is in my demographic. A lot of my buyers are looking at Rittenhouse Square and getting a lot of activity there, recent sales. This is where I've been missing the boat. You guys are good at social media. However, I have not been doing a call to action. with a squeeze page, which is what I created. Now, my Monday market report, I've tied it where I posted everywhere to a squeeze page. So I did my little report on condo sales and then tied it to a squeeze page, which tells the story of all contracts in Rittenhouse Square, all condos in Rittenhouse Square that are under contract, that are pending or active under contract, meaning they're still in the contingency phase. So now I tied that on with that post on Twitter. I put a link in my LinkedIn profile to this report on Twitter, and then also in not Twitter, in Instagram. Twitter, I put the direct link with the social media piece. Same on Facebook. And then I added, we talked a little bit about Google My Business. So let's see if it shows up. I created a post in Google My Business using the Canva, Rittenhouse condo sales, what's under contract now. And this goes just about 3 sentences, then learn more, goes right to that landing page or squeeze page, excuse me. I have it set up so if they click on 2 properties, they have to register. Personally, I like to treat others like I like to be treated. I don't like to have to register before I receive something. I will give you once I see value, I'll give you my information to look at more. So I like to feed people at least a couple bits of information before I ask them to register. So again, just the highlights, like you can make your front page look however you want. We're going to get more into later about custom pages. Don't pay for sites like Deanna and I are working with distressed homes. That can be a custom page. It could be a squeeze page now, and have that as a custom page. So we have all these marketing resources. I'll send you the playlist of those videos. I've shared with Dion I was going to show you that. The Canva, well, we'll do that later. The Canva template, it's really simple. You can pull stock video in, edit it, or you can upload video that you've taken on your iPhone of you walking through a condo or you walking on a street, make the video about you. Just don't make it more than about 8 seconds. I suggest 2-second segments and then do a transition of about half a second blurring, however you like, video, so you know what you'd like to see. If you'd like to do that for your web page, then make sure you check it on your phone, how it's showing up. How those headers show, those photos show up, as well as the about you information. Go ahead and put a picture in there, something and tell your story a little bit that's more personal. Like I added a little anecdotal bit about me to make it more personal. And I'm excited. We're going to do more with marketing, with squeeze pages and landing pages and the hashtag. So please, please do the training so that we can create a workflow and automate your lead management, your client follow-up, with the right hashtags. You're going to be able to use the power of kvCore to work while you're sleeping and have your clients have a great experience from start to finish to after closing. All right. Thanks so much. And I look forward to connecting with you live.